Let us understand another more example with Java. So we'll understand constructor overloading. We'll understand what is super and what is this here. Okay. So first of all, we understand constructor overloading. Okay. So let us make a new example here. Consider I have a employee class. Okay. So give a main constructor overloading. Okay. And ever I'll make a class employee. Okay. First of all, we'll understand what is constructor here. So implies here, right? Now I say system dot or dot println and I say default constructor. Okay. So we'll save it this file. Now in this block, if I say here imply e1 equal to new imply, right? I'm just creating one object of imply class, right? Let us check it what happened. Java C what is that? Constructor, right? Overloading. Compiled. Now say Java constructor overloading, right? Enter. You are getting the message default constructor. Have I called this function here? This is the constructor, right? Have I called here? No. Once I create object, automatically the constructor get invoked. And constructor, you can write public, private, protected, all these things, but you cannot say public void because constructor is not having return type. So no return type, no return for constructor. Okay. So this is the one default constructor. Every constructor, every class is having this constructor. You want to give implementation, just write down. If you don't write this code here, it means it is here available. So every class is having one default constructor. Okay. Now can I write the constructor again? Yes. If I say here public or imply again, it just looks like some kind of method, right? So it is a special kind of method, we can say, which has the same name of the class. So this name should match here always. Okay. In the previous you have seen we are having some area method, this method, right? So it is a method which is having some return type. But if we talk about constructor, it should not have a return type. Name should always match with the class. Okay. Can I write this again? No, you cannot write it. If you just say here compile, you'll get error. Is already defined imply. See. Now we can declare some kind of variable here, say string name of imply and int age. Okay. Now I say here int a and then I can say age equal to a. Okay. So this time I'm saying just age here. Okay. Again another constructor. Let us copy and paste it here. And I say comma string name. Then I can say name equal to name. Then it is not a good syntax. this name equal to this name, right? So here you have to say this dot. So this guy refer this property, and the only name which I have used here, it is referring string name which I declared here. So it is a local one. It is matching here and here, right? So if it is the same variables, you can use like this way. But in this, you have noticed that age equal to a. So it is very clear, right? If it is again age here, then you have to write what? This dot age equal to age. Okay. We can make one disp method here. So public void disp. And here I'll try to print system dot out dot print a line. Okay. What? Say name plus name plus age plus age. Okay. Save it. Is this clear? Now, so I have three constructor, one, two, three. One is default, second is one argument based, second is third is I can say two argument based, right? Consider initially the name equal to Tom. Now, here I say even dot disp. I want to print the disp. What is the value of disp, right? Similarly, I can write here imply e2 equal to new imply, and this time I pass here say 30 comma James here. Okay, and then I print e2 dot disp. Again I take another object here, say imply e3 equal to new imply. Okay, and I say this time just 40, and e3 dot disp. I'm calling the disp three times, right? So I'm using all three arguments, one without argument, second with two arguments, third with one argument, integer argument, right? Now compile the code here. So first is the default, you're getting default constructor, right? In this case, if I'm doing even.dis, what is the value? Name Tom A0 because it was having initial value Tom here. Initial value 0. If I don't give, it will take null. You can check it. By default, all the reference type is having null, and all the primitive types are having almost 0 and 0.5 in the float and double cases. Okay. Compile it, run it again. So what you're getting here, the name is null and age is 0, right? In the second case, if I do e2.disp, so it is saying James, name is James and age is 30. Both value I have passed here, right? In the third case, implies 40, so age is 40 and name is null. So I think you understood what is happening in the code, right? This is what constructor overloading, right? Okay. We'll understand the next example, that is difference between super and this. What is the super? When I should use super and when I should use this here. So consider I'll just go to the file and say new Java program. Okay. So give a name here, say super and this example. Okay, copy .java. Okay, we are saving this file now. Now here I'll make one class here, class, say super class. Okay, I'll say class subclass, right? And this guy is extends super class, right? So this is subclass, this is superclass. I given the same name here. It depends on you what the name you give. You can have say person and then person. You can make it imply extend person. That all you can do. Okay. Now in the superclass, consider we are having some constructor or some method. So consider here you are having constructor. What kind of constructor? Public super class. Okay. You can write message system dot or dot println and say here super class. Okay, same constructor I'll be having three times now. One, two. We have to change the argument here, right? So this time I have a int a. This time I have int a comma int b. Two arguments, right? Now I'll make a here public void area. Public void say disk. Some methods we are making here. Okay. In the area, anything, just simply I am making some method here, and here I have a variable int p. Okay. In the disk, I'll have a one message here. Okay. Now in the area, I'll say superclass area. Okay. In the area, will not pass anything. Consider in the disk, we will say here superclass with disk and say plus p, the variable which is there. I'm displaying it. Okay. Now here superclass with a plus b. Okay. Superclass with a. So printing that variable, right? Okay. So we have a constructor here and the methods, right? Now whatever it is in this stuff, class, superclass, all it is coming here in this statement only. So this subclass is having all these methods and all. Now in the subclass, what we are doing here, look it now. Say public subclass. What is this? It is again a constructor of this guy. I mean subclass constructor, right? Here I just say super 10. What will happen? So this line will go to here superclass and go to here directly. Superclass constructor. So super keyword refer the superclass constructor with 10 means one integer argument. Oh, this is here. If I pass 2, it will go to there, right? Okay. If I say super dot area means I am calling the superclass area method. If I say super dot p, I am calling the variable of superclass. You can simply write area or p also. but you can give a clarity to code, more clarity I can say, by using this keyword. If I say super dot disk, so I'm calling this function here, right? Okay, and just I want to have message here, system dot out dot print line, print line. Okay, what? And I say here subclass here. Okay, let us write one more code here. Suppose if this constructor is getting called, then in turn this should also get invoked. So I have to write this, let us say some kind of 40 comma 80. What this line will do, if this constructor calls someone, first of all this means it will go to here and call this constructor with 20 and 40. Okay, so let us try now. What will write in the main method here? You need not to write anything here. Just say here create object here, subclass c equal to new subclass. Done. What will happen? This line subclass c new subclass, it will call the constructor, this guy it will call, right? In this line it will call super 10, so it will go to the super 10 here, right? In turn it is calling this 48, it will go to here, so I will get message a and b, and then this line will get executed. Let us execute this code first here. So look it now, sorry, I have to say java c super and this, and say java super and this example, right? Have you noticed that if you're creating object, it is calling this constructor. In this constructor, it is going to the super 10. Super 10 means what? Okay, it is here, right? But before super 10, it will go to this 4080. 40 means here 1480. This means it is used to call same class constructor. So if this constructor get invoked, in turn, first it will call this constructor. So this is for the same class constructor and super is for the super class constructor. Now you have noticed here first we are getting what? Super class 4080, right? And then I am getting super class A, so super class 10 is coming, right? And then super dot area, so it will call area method and you are getting the message super class width area, right? Then it is making super dot p, so p is becoming 90 now, and I'm calling super dot disk, call this method and say super class with 90, right? And then the message displaying subclass. So see how much job happened. One thing more, this line should be first line. This line should be first line here. I cannot write again here, like say I cannot write this again. It should be only one. Let us try now, right? So it should have a only one statement of this constructor and super constructor. And this keyword and super keyword you can use throughout the numbers what you want. Okay, I hope you understood here. So this is super class, subclass, and I'm calling here. And here I've used the super keyword, super, I call the super class constructor, super class method, super class variable, right? Here I'm calling the same class constructor. Okay, that's all about understanding of constructor overloading and super and this keyword.